Hello, my name is Mansoor and today we are going to be talking about a topic named Election Commission of India. Since you must be aware that in recent times there has been one thing which is very common in the newspapers as of now. Even today in the Hindu, one of the editorial mentioned about the Special Intensive Review. Special Intensive Review. Special Intensive Review is a revision of Special Intensive Review. It is the revision of the electoral rolls to ensure that there is no duplication of the people in the electoral rolls. There are no people who are voting from different two constituencies simultaneously, and to ensure that there is addition of the new eligible voters and removal of those who have died. Eligible voters, when we say eligible voters, we mean those people who are above 80 and they enjoy the universal suffrage, or they enjoy the suffrage, that is they have the right to vote. Now this topic, since it has been in news very much regularly for past 8 months, I would say, because first Special Intensive Review of the electoral rolls happened in Bihar, and then the government simultaneously made Special Intensive Review for the rest of the 12 states and UTs. Fine. So I think in this context, the understanding of the Election Commission of India, what it is, what does this body do, how this body came to be, what are its powers and functions, and what are the issues with the Special Intensive Review, and how is the independence of the Election Commission of India compromised as of now. These are some of the issues we will be discussing in this short video series, which will constitute of few lectures, part 1, part 2, part 3, and like that. It is for you 11th and 12th students, so that you understand how to relate a static topic from your subject political science in 11th and 12th with the current affairs, so that when you are going ahead in your preparation for the civil services in coming years, you will be able to connect the static topic with the current affairs. Fine. So we will start with the Election Commission of India. First, we will try to understand about this body, what the Election Commission of India does as a body. Then we will try to understand the various issues it is currently facing. So first we have Election Commission of India, ECI, Election Commission of India. Now firstly, the Election Commission of India, the body was formed on 25th of January 1950. 25th of January 1950. You will see that this 25th of January is celebrated as National Voters Day. National Voters Day. Celebrated as National Voters Day. This Election Commission of India as a body, it is a permanent body. It is a permanent, it is independent, permanent, independent, and constitutional body. Now this part here, constitutional body, it is important. When we say it is a constitutional body, we mean to say that it is directly created under the provisions of the constitution, that is, it derives its powers right from the constitution. It is structure, it is functioning, its powers are provided in the Constitution of India. It is a constitutional body. It's a constitutional body. So this is what it is. Now what does it do? Election Commission of India, what does it do as a body? What it does is that it ensures there are free and fair elections. Free and fair elections. Free and fair elections in India. It ensures the conduct of the elections in India is in a free and fair manner, which is actually the cornerstone of a democracy. अगर elections free and fair manner में होंगे, तभी हमारे right representatives elect होंगे, तभी right policies, तभी right laws legislate होंगे. समझ आया अभी तक? Election Commission of India formed on 25th January 1950. We have 25th January celebrated as National Voters Day. What it is? It is a permanent, independent, and constitutional body which is associated, or which has the job of conducting free and fair elections in India. Free and fair elections in India. Now there are constitutional provisions. Regarding this Election Commission of India, which bestow it with the structure as well as the powers and functions. Broadly, we will look at few first. Now, what does it do actually is it has the powers of superintendence. We will try to understand which of the elections, there are different types of elections which happen in a democracy, especially in India. We have parliamentary elections where we elect people for the Lok Sabha, the lower house, and Rajya Sabha, the upper house. Where there we have legislative, state legislative elections or state legislative assembly elections. We have state legislative council elections. We have elections for the president of India. We have elections for the vice president of India. We have panchayat elections. We have municipal elections. We will try to understand which body or election commission of India governs or directors, superintendents, and controls which of these elections. Which of these elections? So the power, it has the powers of superintendents, control, and direction. Powers of superintendents, control, and direction. Direction of elections. Direction of which elections? Which? This is important that you understand this. Which elections? Firstly, elections to the Parliament of India. Elections to Parliament of India. It includes elections to Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. अभी तक समझ आ रहा है? Easy है ना? Fine. Then second we have state elections. State elections. कौन से state elections? Legislative Assembly elections. Legislative Assembly elections and legislative council elections if it exists. If it exists, what does it mean? If it exists, that there are only few states where we have legislative council, that is we have a bicameral legislature in states, but only in few states, like we have in Maharashtra, we have in Uttar Pradesh, we have in Bihar, where we have these bicameral state legislature, that is we have a state legislative assembly as well as a state legislative council. समझ आ रहा है? तो this election commission of India superintends, it controls, gives direction to the elections of Parliament of India, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha elections. समझ आ रहा है? Then state elections, state legislative assembly elections, and state legislative council elections if it exists. Then we also have elections for the president of, or election to the office of president. Election to office of president, that is presidential elections. जो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए इलेक्शंस होते हैं ना, प्रेसिडेंशियल इलेक्शंस, दे आर ऑल्सो डायरेक्टेड और कंट्रोल्ड बाय द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. इसी तरह से हमारे पास है इलेक्शन टू द ऑफिस ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. अगेन दिस इलेक्शन इज सुपरवाइज्ड बाय द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. समझ आया यहां तक? यहां पे एक बात याद रखनी है, यहां पे एक बात इंपॉर्टेंट याद रखनी है आपको, दैट इज जो पंचायत इलेक्शंस होते हैं ना, पंचायत इलेक्शंस स्टेट्स में होते हैं, पंचायत एंड म्यूनिसिपैलिटी इलेक्शंस, पंचायत एंड म्यूनिसिपैलिटी इलेक्शन. दीज इलेक्शंस आर नॉट सुपरवाइज्ड और कंट्रोल और डायरेक्टेड बाय इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. वो ये इलेक्शंस नहीं कराता. ये इलेक्शंस कौन कराता है? स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन. स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन, अगेन स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन इज अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी. जिस तरह से इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है, उसी तरह से स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडी है. तो पंचायत और म्युनिसिपैलिटी इलेक्शन, स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. जो रेस्ट ऑफ द इलेक्शंस है, वेदर वी टॉक ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट्री इलेक्शंस, लोकसभा, राज्यसभा, स्टेट इलेक्शन, लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली, लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल, इलेक्शन टू ऑफिस ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट, इलेक्शन टू ऑफिस ऑफ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, दे आर सुपरवाइज्ड बाय इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. थोड़ा बहुत समझ आया इसका क्या काम है इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया का? क्लियर हुआ? फाइन. Then let's see at the constitutional provisions regarding the election commission of India. What are the provisions mentioned? Overall अगर हम देखें, overall constitutional provisions की अगर हम बात करें, constitutional provisions, तेज तो नहीं पढ़ा रहा मैं, बोलना फिर बाद में बोलते तेज पढ़ाते हो. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस की जब हम बात करते हैं तो यूजुअली अगर हम इलेक्शंस की इन जनरल बात करें, इलेक्शंस की, ये याद रखना ये पॉइंट भी, इलेक्शंस इन इंडिया जो है ना, द प्रोविजंस रिगार्डिंग इलेक्शंस इन इंडिया इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आर मेंशन्ड इन पार्ट 15. किसमें? या पार्ट 15 ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. कभी कभी डायरेक्टली सिविल सर्विस में क्वेश्चन ही आता है किस पार्ट में कौन से प्रोविजंस मेंशन है. आर्टिकल्स यूजुअली 324 टू 329. Part 15 of the Constitution and Articles 324 to 329 specifically deal with the conduct of the elections in India. And Election Commission of India के साथ जो specific article है that is Article 324. ये एक आर्टिकल है जो डील करता है विद द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया विच गिव्स अस द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया विच टेल्स अबाउट द डिफरेंट प्रोविजंस ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. समझ आया? फर्स्ट प्रोविजन. अब इसमें जो फर्स्ट प्रोविजन है आर्टिकल 304 में जो फर्स्ट प्रोविजन है इट सेज दैट इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया शैल कंसिस्ट ऑफ चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर shall consist of chief election commissioner and such other number of election commissioners as may be determined by president from time to time. President of India from time to टाइम. पहला प्रोविजन जो है इसमें है आर्टिकल 324 विच टॉक्स अबाउट द इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया. जो इसमें पहला प्रोविजन है दैट टेल्स अस दैट इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया शैल कंसिस्ट ऑफ चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर. एक होगा जो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर होगा. देन सच अदर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स अदर देन द चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर. कुछ और इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स हो सकते हैं. कितने हो सकते हैं? दैट इज डिटरमाइंड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. ये याद रखने वाली डिटेल्स है कि हु डिटरमाइंस द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स कितने होंगे. एज ऑफ नाउ अगर हम देखें तो हमारे पास 3 इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स हैं इंडिया में. 1 चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर एंड 2 इलेक्शन कमिश्नर. सेकेंड प्रोविजन इसमें यह है कि जो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर है he shall be called as a chairman of election commission of election commission. एक चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर होना चाहिए. दूसरे उतने नंबर ऑफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर्स होने चाहिए जितना प्रेसिडेंट को लगे फ्रॉम टाइम टाइम. और जो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर होगा he shall be the chairman of election commission of India. समझ आए यहां तक? दिस द फर्स्ट 2 प्रोविजन समझ आए? फाइन. देन we'll go to third. Now appointment. Who appoints these people? Who appoints the chief election commissioner or the other election commissioners? Appointment of the chief election commissioner. Appointment of chief election commissioner and election commissioners shall be made by President of India. Appointment is made by President of India, means they are appointed by him, even though the names are recommended to him by a different committee which will be studying, which we will try to understand in a short while. समझ आ रहा है? President appoints the election commissioner of India and other chief election commissioner of India, but he just merely appoints them. The names are recommended to him by a committee that we will discuss later on कि वो committee कौन सी है, कैसे appointment वगैरह होती है. समझ आया? Other than that, the chief and this President of India may provide for the appointment of the regional commissioners. Apart from this, the President of India may provide for the appointment of the regional commissioners to assist the Election Commission of India if he senses there is a need of a regional commissioner in order to assist the Election Commission of India in the conduct of the elections, control of the elections, then he may provide for the appointment of such regional commissioners. समझ आया? Fine. Then conditions of service and term of office is determined by President of India. जो सर्विस कंडीशंस होती है इनके टेन्योर वाकी चीजें, इनके टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस, दैट इज डिटरमाइंड बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया, प्रोवाइडेड देयर इज नो लॉ related to it made by parliament. Even though President has the power to determine the conditions of the service and the terms of office of the Election Commissioners of India or Chief Election Commissioner of India, but if there is a law already made by Parliament which does the same thing, which determines the conditions of the service and the term of office of the President of India, then this President may not make any such recommendation or make any such order. समझ आ रहा है? यहाँ तक क्लियर हुआ? अब हम देखिए अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ मेंबर्स कैसे होता है, या इनका टाइम हो गया. So we are done for now. We are done with the structure of the Election Commission of India, the constitutional provisions which deal with the Election Commission of India. And in next lecture for you guys 11th and 12th political science, we will be doing the how the appointment of the members is done by the president and the other selection committees, and what are the acts which determine the appointment of these members. And in next class we will also debate little bit about this issue of the special intensive revision, so that we cover it with the current affairs as well, and we will try to understand the various powers and functions of the this Election Commission of India, and also the problems or the criticism it is currently facing. We have started the classes for the 11th and 12th arts batches, and it is high time to enroll your wards in this Institute Ignited Mind Srinagar Parepora, so that you may see them as the officers, IAS, IPS and KS officers in the future. Thank you.